So, after yesterday's video, I feel like maybe I should add kind of an addendum to what I talked about. Going through this process and writing a book, even one, takes a lot out of you. It takes a long, long time, and it is very, very draining. Just physically draining. I mean, days where I'm just dead tired. But more importantly, obviously, psychologically draining. It's draining on your emotions. It takes a lot from you to do this. And much like anything else, if you want to do it well, if you want to do something at a high level, you've got to bring the passion. You've got to have some passion here in what you're doing. Yesterday, I talked about having that chip on my shoulder, about having a little bit of that fire, just a little bit of that wanting to kind of one up the other guy, wanting to show somebody else how good I am, right? That's passion. That's what it takes to get this thing done. Not everyone needs to approach it obviously that way. In fact, I'd say it's pretty toxic in a lot of ways to have that attitude. But you need to have passion. However that manifests, however you show it, you need to have passion for your work, and you got to bring it. Remember this. I mean, I quit a job to do this. I literally went unemployed for months and months and months to get a new draft of my book written, just on the kind of side promise that a publisher was going to put it out. And guess what? At the end of it, right? The publisher didn't even go forward with it. The publisher had to freaking focus on who they had right now, and they didn't have time. And I had to wait another 6 months or a year before they could kind of fit in a new author into this small press. All right. Guess what I did? I went out on my own. I did it myself. It takes passion to do that. It takes drive. It takes a belief in your work to be able to literally upend your life and to affect quite literally your lifestyle, your income, your financial security, all that. To accept where you're at. I mean, my God, do you think if I wasn't doing this, I couldn't be making, God, thousands and thousands, probably at least tens of thousands, do a different job? You know what I mean? But I do what I do because I love it. I love it. I gave up a lot for this, and I gave up a lot to go after these things. Even to be honest, they haven't paid me back in terms of financials. I don't know if or when basically I'll ever make back more in my writing than what I gave up and sacrificed to get here. I couldn't tell you. Don't know if it happens. But I wake up every day loving what I do, both this and from my day job. I absolutely love my day job, despite the sort of bohemian nature of it, despite how much I kind of my lifestyle is so unconventional. Right. To be able to do this requires passion. And it's what guides you through all that. It's really is the thing that kind of pushes you when there's a lot of self-doubt, when you're going through a lot of these rough times, and especially on these projects. It takes that passion. And for me, again, a little bit of that passion, and maybe a bit more than a little bit, is the competitive spirit. Is that idea that I want to show up the other guy who maybe overlooked me. To prove someone else wrong, for me, is such a good motivator at times. It really, really is. And I've gotten good at harnessing it. And boy, it has helped me more times than I can think. There are quite a few times when I've had to sort of push through long sessions, weekends, just writing. My God, freaking all-nighters. I've done a couple of those even, and it's been that, like, I've got to do this. I've got to really show these other people what it takes. Let's muscle through it. Most of your writing, most of everyday writing generally is, you want to be kind of calm and tranquil and have that sort of that passion, that kind of fire in the back of your head. But every now and then it comes out, and boy, it's necessary. And so I guess my point is that when you go through this, it is going to take some sort of passion. You have to find that. It's going to take some sort of belief in your work. And maybe it's not showing up the other guy like me. Maybe you are much more altruistic. Maybe your book has a message that the world needs to hear. Perhaps that's it. I think for a lot of writers, I think that is what it is. It's your book has a message the world needs to hear, and the world must hear it, and you got to sit down, because if you don't write it, no one else is ever going to see it, and the world's going to miss out on this thing. It's a pretty common motivator. It is, but that is a great source of passion. That is a great source of motivation right there. And so for me, a lot of you, I think that's awesome. If you have that, good. Embrace it, use it. Because you cannot be coming to the page lightly. You can't be coming to the page just kind of la-di-da, typing out words, typing out sentences, typing out general cliches and ideas and overdone metaphors and on-the-nose symbolism and on-the-nose dialogue. You've got to come with a drive to be better. You got to really put some effort into digging past those initial ideas and defining the heart of it. And yeah, it sucks. I mean, I'm looking at the screen right now. You saw a minute ago, right? Getting frustrated. Look at this. I'm beating myself up right here in this video, or what you're seeing right now is me beating myself up basically because I'm trying to figure out this last paragraph here for the day. And boy, it was just frustrating me for a while. That's what it takes. That is what it's going to take to get this thing done, is passion. Find it, whatever that source is, find it in your work, and you're going to have to carry it. Because, man, I don't know how you could do it without it. I don't know how anyone could do this sort of thing without that.